Clang, bang, thump. I rose from my mattress and looked into the hallway. What shocked me most wasn't the torn tablecloth draped on the dinner table or the broken plates and utensils. It was my father lying laterally on his right, with his left hand weakly clutching the tablecloth he had partially dragged off the table. As I rushed towards my fallen father, his eyes tracked mine, and after momentary eye contact, he shut his eyes. My father had just suffered an episode of vasovagal syncope, a sudden loss in consciousness caused by overwhelming stress. He was an immigrant under a H-1B visa, a status that prohibits an unemployment period longer than 60 days, under the threat of deportation. He was on day 49 and had received yet another rejection for not a job, but a mere interview. The reason wasn't his ability, but rather his visa. An inordinate proportion of jobs in America don't even consider H-1B applicants and decline interview requests simply because of a person's immigration status. After realizing this injustice, I researched the United States immigration system to discover how my family could escape our quandary. I concluded that the only way to escape the quagmire was to obtain a green card, as the ID protects laborers from workforce discrimination. However, I discovered after deeper research that for Indian immigrants like my father, that's a quagmire in itself. Under current law, no country's immigrants may receive over 7% of available green cards annually, a country kept ignorant of populous nations like India that account for significantly more than 7% of immigrants. In fact, the Cato Institute reported that the quota-induced backlog causes a literal lifetime wait for applicants from India, with over 400,000 of them expected to die before ever receiving a green card. My research culminated in a realization. American society condemns illegal racism, but ignores legal racism, something my family, along with thousands of others, endures. There were only two ways to rectify legal racism: amending the immigration system itself and discarding restrictive eligibility requirements. I decided to advocate for both. Since that decision, I've contacted congresspersons like Max Miller, J.D. Vance, and Sherrod Brown, informing them of the cruelty faced by Indian immigrants and exhorting them to propose policies that discard green card quotas. In addition, I've sent a myriad of letters to organizations including the Calvin Coolidge and Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundations, imploring them to remove or provide exceptions to permanent residency prerequisites that plague their educational programs. My approach is incremental at its root, but I believe that breakthroughs are driven by gradual changes that accumulate to unleash sweeping transformations. Call by call, letter by letter, I'm sowing the seeds of reform, knowing that each voice added to the chorus amplifies the call for immigrant justice. While clangs, bangs, and thumps from vasovagal syncope might be inevitable, I hope that one day they will never result from immigrant racism.